Okay, just to recap on this power supply that I didn't address on the evaluation. Well, you've probably seen this. They're calling this, what are they calling this? They're calling this, I think, this resistor in here, this long resistor, they call it the tap resistor unit. I'm calling it the resistor bank, just because I can. Well, anyway, this resistor is opened. Every single resistor is open. I'm reading like anywhere from, well, my bench multimeter, it goes up to 100 meg, and it's past 100 meg on some of them, some maybe very, very close to it. So it's open. So I put in new resistors. He had a, let me see, a 750 ohm, not even close. 820, not even close. I think this was like a 40 ohm. No, way off. And then a 3300. Well, let me see my spec up here. 4300. 4300 or 3300, I'm sorry. That was way off. It's way under what it should be. It's close, but it's closest one there, but yet it's still off. And I have, see if this one shows it or this one. Yeah, right here. Perhaps you might be able to see it. You got 410, a 3750, 2140, 205, and 1690 ohm going across. So I started out over here with the 410. 410, I went with the 10 watt, just because that's the one that's going to start started out with, okay? So that one I required, well, I thought it'd be best to put a 10 watt in there, and the rest was 5 watts. This one here required a 2100, and I put a 2200. I wanted a 5 watt in that one, but I could not find one, so I put the 10 in there. But this is all dead here, so it was made it a good, like a terminal board, if you will. So they're all new resistors, and these resistors, get this cord, this is a temporary cord, are all connected to this, they're calling this, what did they call this thing? They got a stupid reactor, that's what they call it. I don't know where, I ain't got it written down. Filter, a reactor filter. And as we know it, reactor filter, there's just 2 coils in here, in series. So it's a choke. This is your choke. There is no resistors, electrolytic capacitors in this radio at all. So from full wave rectifier, it's getting filtered out with this choke in here. Two coils in parallel, in series, I'm sorry. The main power transformer. The only thing I got left to do on this one, well, I want to change the power cord to a cloth, but this capacitor block here, they call it a filter condenser. I want to change all these in here, so that's going to be the next project, but I don't want to start that until I check it out, make sure that my resistors are right. And another thing, this switch here is defective. I don't know if you can hear this. Let me try it. Hear that? The 120 volt side of that is not working, so I had to turn 110 down, put my variac at 110 to get it to work, and naturally, because the 110 side worked. Well, what I did, and you're probably not going to prove this, but I don't care, I got the switch on it for aesthetics, but I disconnected everything on the switch. I got it connected from that transformer to 120, and the 110 side of it is just covered with some heat shrink tubing. And I'll tie that later. So that's it. The switch is just there for us. That I said it ain't going to do nothing, and I'm going to show you when I get it running that I can apply 110 in here, and it should work. It's ready to power up, and then later on, next step will be restoring those film capacitors. A 3.5 microfarads, a 2 microfarad, a 1 microfarad, a 3 microfarad, and another 1 microfarad. You think these are electrolytics because of that? No, they're film capacitors, and these 3.5s basically are hard to get. So I had to put, what did I do with that? I put, did I write it down there somewhere? I took notes. Well, I took notes on what I did. Yeah, okay. So the 3.5s, you can't get them unless they're like 250 volts. And that's basically things you find in speaker crossovers and things like that at that voltage. And I need to get higher, at least 400 something. I got 600, but what I did was I'm going to use 3 microfarad and a 0.47, and that will give me 3.47. It's very close. And the rest I'll have, but these are not electrolytics. They're all film. So there is no electrolytics in this radio. It's just one of those things. Now I wanted to show you what I did, because I don't need no more. What I got to do before I power it on. I'll show you this volume control first. Hopefully you can see that. Bring it up closer. Look at this. This is from the volume control. It just popped right off when I was checking resistance on that. They just put it on there and just soldered it like so. Popped right off. But anyway, this is what was that? That was a 750K ohm resistor, DC resistance on that thing. And you can tell they changed it because the way they did it, it's got a knurled or spline type shaft, and they cut it down and gave it the D shaft type. So they changed that, and I am putting what I do with my box of parts down right here. All my capacitors and stuff that I'll be putting in there that would be the condenser, filter condenser. This is what I'm putting in there. I'll show you in just a second. I want to take that out. This is a 10K. I like to got a 5, but with the shaft, the shaft is actually 2 millimeters shorter, but I think that's going to work just fine. And it's a half watt. It's going to work fine in this thing here because it's not an audio pot, okay? It's an RF gain control in the antenna circuit. So this is not carrying any amperes, this will be fine. They had the original was a wire, a rheostat, if you will. This will be fine to put in there. I'll replace that. This 10K I'm going to put in there. It will smooth out that RF gain control. Because if you remember, when we tried it, the only way to turn that thing down was to tune it off the station. It was just, that's going to correct that. No more all or nothing, response. And that's what I had. All or nothing. It was all. And this 10K, I believe, is going to correct that. So I'm going to change that. And then there's this, I checked this one here. This is a 1K Obviously there was a wire wound in there like this one. What did I do with my pen? Whatever. Anyway, let me see if I can bring it up some. This one right here, but take it up a little bit too. I checked all the resistors. This one right here that he has, I don't know if you can see that or not. Right here. I'm going to back it out just a little. We'll get it in there. This is like 1K here. That is the same one right here. But wire wound, and let me see. And that's showing it here. 1,000 ohm, 1,000 ohm. So that's good. But the thing of it is, he's got this one in here. And that's that, he's got a 520K in there. And that changes that detector bias. Loads the secondary RF transformer, which is this one here, this RF. It's going to load that down. It's called, I think it's called basically grid leak resistor. And if you look on the print, right here it is, right here. It does not show any value at all. So if I put in that 520K, it's going to reduces the sensitivity. If I put it, I'm going to put a 2.2 meg in that place before I even try it. I want the best sounds I can get, and that will give me the proper detector bias, the audio sensitivity, and the natural type volume where I'm able to turn it up and down just by this one resistor. That's what I'm thinking. There's two micas in here. There's not a lot in this. There's two micas back in here plus this other 10K. And those checked out good. This here they call bypass capacitor. These are all be coming out later and then replaced with new capacitors. I think I put all 0.05s in there. But that'll be last too. But yeah, so let me get this here changed, get the volume changed, and then we're gonna try it and see how much difference it made, because it's got to. It's going to sound more natural, like this Radiola should. I'll be able to hopefully thinking that it will adjust to the volume like I want, and the bias is going to be good. And it had to, you know, it wasn't good for that tube. That speaker that I had using it was it wasn't very high impedance at all. I measured it was like 245 DC ohms on that thing when I needed like 1,500 to 2,000. So I purchased for a good deal the actual Radiola, I think it's a 100A speaker for this. They say it's 2,000 on the resistance, but I'm reaching 1,500. That's going to make that sound very well too, and it's not going to overdrive that output tube. So yeah. So let me get this changed, this pot changed, then we're going to try it out. And hopefully I didn't make a mistake on my resistors. So I'm going to put a 2.2 meg in there. And then change that. And a new speaker. A correct speaker. And yeah, it should sound a lot better then. I'm hoping. We'll just clip this little resistor out right here. Don't need it. It's coming out. Look at this. Look at the soldering job, my friends. I just pulled on that. Oh, I hate that. I cut that one and this one just pulled right off the... See, it's stuff like that that just drives you batty. Oh, it's just hot. And there it is. That should make it sound a lot better. And then here's that 2.2K that I put in there. I gotta bring it up a little bit. Right here. God bless it. Right here. I put that one in there. The other one just pulled right off there. This is a 2.2 meg. I'm sorry, 2.2 meg. They had a 520K in there. This is going to make a big difference. It's got to. For grid leakage. All right, I've got it set up with the required speaker. That's a match. Uncontrol this cord, plug it in. Try going back behind all of this. 1 minute, I'll be out of your way there. I got a polarized plug on it temporary. This is going to be a cloth, but... Alright, I don't have a real long antenna on it, so we'll see if it responds differently. I don't know if you can see the... There we go, but I'm going to turn that on. This is off right here. So let me turn this on. See what kind of voltage we got. 120.9, that's good. Wish I could pick up more stations. Maybe later tonight. What time is it? 8:35 in the evening. So... maybe later tonight I could pick up some more. It's 10:30 at night, so here's the best we can do with stations down here.
Got a couple other pressure, strength in numbers, good garbage shot of puck back to the blue green, looking for any kind of a...
See how fast it drifted away?
And I wanted you to know, yeah. Mark, Game 2, Stanley Cup Finals. It's Silver Knights leading 2-0 at the Hurricane team.
So see, the volume is working fine when you get regular reception. It's just, if you call that reception here in the sticks.
Minus 1850 on the money line, 9-1 with the Hurricanes. Your total is 3.5, and to win the series, Vegas is minus 330 right now, potentially going up 2 games to none, and going back in history, 90% of the time those teams usually win.
Well, and I would. You talking about teams who just up 2-0?
So not bad.
Winning the first 2 on the road.
First 2 on the road, I don't even know what that would be.
And this temperatures on these things, 151. That is just, you know, really good. 160 degrees. That is really cold for a wire wound. 162, 165. It can go up to 200 and it'll be fine. How about this one here? 165. See, those are fine for wire wound. There it is. I gotta clean those tube sockets out. Let's see how the volume turns down on it. And it turns up nicely. So it's the volume control at that 10K is a lot better than that. What they have in there? 750K, 800K. And then they had that resistor back up under there, 520K. That Gridley, I put a 2.2 meg. So he had all the resistors on this, what they call that resistor. I call it resistor bank, they call it a resistor something unit. All of them wrong. Everyone wrong, and one was missing. Bad grid leakage resistor that he put in there, and this pot that was 750K, it was way too high. That's just
Extraordinary Rob Resistance, you've got some breaking news from the world of Major League Baseball.
Yes, I'm sure the Yankee fans will somehow blame us for this. The New York Yankees have announced, they've received some bad news on Thursday night. They've announced that Aaron Judge has been diagnosed with drops and everything. And because...
see, I pick up a lot of stations at night, but they'll do it.
You feel like that sometimes you govern.
Maybe not with this one.
You are amused by that. That was a guilty pleasure of mine for a long time a while back.
Very much. My question is,
I love it. It turns all the way off. It's not.
you lived by, and I know this was a previous segment, but how would you feel like if you lived by a data center? What were your thoughts on that?
No, I think you're exactly right, and it's funny you mention it because I take a look at it all the time. Here I am in South Florida. We literally just.
In oncology, you're a brain surgeon or something.
No. It has to be the same.
Really picking in now. It's
Yeah, I got it. You see, I understand. They look the same. Just had data center proposals that were canceled because of backlash by people.
By early next week. change anything. So we saw people in Orange County, they're saying these ballots are not signed. They do not agree to the signature of the individual.
We can read some
There was no
voltages.
signature. Some cases there was a line. They just weren't the
Let's
same
see
signature.
something here.
And they couldn't say anything. If you say something as an observer now in California, then you could be arrested
Just
for a
ballpark
felony
anyway.
or misdemeanor for interfering in the election.
On the terminal
the
board.
observer has no role other than to just witness this stuff, walk away, and shake their head. And so that's what they've done now. Everything.
To do this, the serviceman will need both the AC and AC and DC voltmeter. Oh, you think?
The voter, like I said, the voter rolls are a scam.
Terminals 1 and 2 should be getting 1.5.
This is a total joke.
Come on, let my things go, guys. Damn, how'd you get caught up in that?
Over and over and over, whether it be Clinton County or St. Louis or
1 and 2. That would be here and here. What help if I put it on? Let me see. That's AC. Yeah, it's for the filament, of course. 1.48, so that's okay. 3 and 4 is 2.5. 2.2, that's a little low. 5 and 6 is 5 volts. That's for the dial lamp. Good, 4.9. 7 and 8 is 165 volt DC. So, ouch! I touched that tube. 7 and 8. These two should be. I got reverse polarity. I don't care. 44 volts. I was supposed to be 45. That's good. Let's reverse it. I don't short it out. I'm supposed to get 45 volts DC. I'm getting. If I get it on there, I just had it. 44.6. Not bad at all. 7 to 9. Here I should be getting 7 to 9, 135 volts. I'm getting 136. I got the polarity wrong. That's no big deal. Grid ground to number 10. Ground to number 10. We're going to get a good ground around here these days.
You can sit there and watch them count it in your local, school if you want. And it's very
ground. If I was, just try this. I don't know. Ground to 10. It should be 165 volts DC. 163, not bad. 7 to 11, 9 volts. Come here. A dead hand over here. 7 to 11. Right here. 9 volts DC, I'm getting that. I just got the polarity on 9.73. Yeah, since this still have electrolytics either, I suspect if I get this capacitor changed, check the tubes, clean out the sockets, and everything else, that this thing could last 50 more years 50 years without even having to be worked with. I know a lot of people don't like these capacitors that are coming out of China, but they're sealed. They're not wax like they were back in the day, so they should last long. Yeah, if you want to spend $4 or $5 for an IC Illinois capacitor. I think they're made here in America. $5 for each capacitor. I think they're made in America, Illinois. IC caps. I won't buy that, because I have faith in those other ones. Some people don't. I don't know. Everything works. It's now it's for the capacitors. I want to try to do it differently, and I don't know, guys. Let me see something. Yeah, I'll talk to you about it later. And I'll show you. I started on the cabinet, and it's turning out good. Still got a lot of work to do on it. Check the tubes, clean the sockets, things like that. Clean this tuner. And then that's about it. You have to do the capacitors. Here's the cabinet that started on. Still got a lot of work to do, but getting most of them scratches out. I've ran out of steel wool, and I want to get some. I'm getting the scratches out of it too. There is some that you're going to see, but hey, it doesn't have to be that perfect because it's nearly 100 years old, an antique. But yeah, it's coming along. So there's still a lot more work to do on this, and then the cover naturally. I mean, that is really how it will look before. This is what the whole radio looked like before. And I'll be able to get all these scratches off of this, clean it up like this, and all of it really done better. But yeah, that's it. Getting there.